Hey, what's going on? Welcome back to another Thought on the Go broadcast. I pray all is well with you and your family. Listen, I want to go ahead and give you this thought on the go because I woke up with it in my spirit. So I just want to go ahead and give it right to you, which is this. Persistency is the key to unlocking the door. Persistency is the key to unlocking the door. In the book of Luke, the 11th chapter, and the 18th chapter, we read two different accounts that Jesus teaches his disciples about prayer and asking God for things. And to be honest with you, these accounts are ones that we kind of overlook at times because of the westernized mindset of God that can sometimes be a hindrance to us. And I'll elaborate in a minute what I mean by that. But for example, in Luke, the 11th chapter, Jesus talks about the idea of asking God for things and to keep on asking, being persistent in asking him. And, he talks about the parable of the friend who came over at midnight to, borrow 3 loaves of bread because of his persistence, even though the friend was like, saying no. His persistence is what unlocked the door for him to get the bread. And in the 18th chapter, Jesus talks about the widow that was seeking justice, because of her persistence, even though the judge didn't believe in God or even care for people, because she was so adamant about receiving justice. He gave her just that. So in both of those cases, Jesus was pointing us to the fact that God loves us so much, and the plans and purposes that he has for us are so great that if we persistently seek him for those things, they'll come to pass. They'll come to pass. And I know, again, given the westernized culture, it's this aspect of all us just praying to God one time or praying, and if it doesn't happen, it just doesn't happen. Just this whole nonchalant attitude. It kind of hinders us from even receiving the accounts of what Jesus taught in both of those chapters in fullness, if we're not careful. But I want to encourage you for you not to fall into that trap. I want you to be one that understands that it is going to be your persistence that unlocks the door in life. A lot of people, man, and I mean a lot of people, are not one-hit wonders, okay? They don't just do something one time and immediately blow up from it. That is extremely rare. Most of the people that you see that come on the scene, whether it be in preaching, professional athletes, etc., they dedicated a large amount of time in their life to doing that very thing. They were very persistent about it. We live in a microwave generation, a generation that is big on quote unquote going viral on social media and things of that nature. But even if you don't go viral immediately, even if you, and I'm not just talking about social media, I'm talking about in life, even if you don't achieve what you feel like you need to achieve immediately, I want to encourage you to be persistent, because your persistency is what's going to unlock the door. Be persistent, and it will unlock the door of success in your life. I really do believe that. I believe that. And I pray, my deepest prayer is that you will have that in your core, the core of your heart, that God will answer my prayer. God will open the door. Now, some people may say, well, how do I know, whether I'm doing the will of God or I'm doing my own thing? Well, I believe that there are several ways you can know that. For one, not getting too in depth with it, but you have to allow the peace of God to guide you. Okay? Allow the peace of God to guide you. Don't let fear guide you, but allow the peace of God to guide you. Even in times where you feel like, man, I don't know. I'm kind of just stepping out by faith here. And that's another thing. When you step out in faith, there will be fruit that's produced as you gradually just be obedient to what God has told you. There'll be fruit that comes as a result of that over time. So don't be discouraged. Don't be dismayed. Know that God is for you in this season. He's not against you, regardless of what's going on. Be persistent. Don't be discouraged, even for some of you that are watching, and maybe you're saying, I was really on the path to getting my life right, but then this lockdown happened and I lost my job, and so now I'm tempted to go back out into the world and do things that I know I shouldn't be doing. Don't do that, okay? Be persistent. Be persistent and allow him to unlock those doors, because he said he's the one that can open doors that no man can open and shut doors that no man can close. So allow God to open doors for you that only he can open by you being persistent in pursuing that thing that he's called you to do, and just being persistent in life, being persistent at being good at your job, being persistent in area, every area. And I believe that you're going to see a turnaround happen in your life that will not only be a benefit for you, a blessing for you, but others around you will see it and also know that, man, God has really done a work in your life, okay? So listen, that's the thought on the go for today. And I love you, I'm praying for you. But until next time, I want you to know it now and believe it, that you are on the mind of God. His thoughts towards you are good thoughts, not evil ones. Let's continue to be persistent in this journey, okay? God bless you.